What matters is what we have on the inside.
You went full retard, man.
Whoa. Harry and Meghan aren't unlucky. They're just bad people who've done bad things, and now karma's hot on their trail. The Meghans are past their sell-by date. Frogmore's been fumigated, Netflix handed down an ultimatum, and talent agent of the stars Jeremy Zimmer just branded the woke whiner as a know-nothing talentless hack. Best she gets back to grifting. Yet Prince Hairplugs and the Harpy celebrated the bad news by once again demeaning the Queen. Meanwhile, all their Hollywood friends have gone radio silent. You know, if my grandfather was alive today, he'd say, never dig up more snakes than you can kill. What's going on, everybody? I hope all of you had a fantastic day, my friends. Great to see you. Meghan and Harry find themselves in a real pickle, mostly because of the fact the blowhards have tried to brand themselves as modern-day martyrs that have suffered for years.
And he came and he knelt next to my seat and he took his hat off. He goes, "We appreciate everything you did for our country." And it was the first time that I felt like someone saw the sacrifice.
Their audition for global attention has backfired big time. So instead of accepting responsibility, they're now trying to pass the buck. The Meghans are literally trying to blame their misfortunes, not on their bad choices and betrayals, but on bad luck itself. And if that wasn't enough, now they want to lay the blame on Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip's head for their collapsing careers. Meghan and Harry believe they have been repeatedly unlucky and blame COVID, economic woes, the death of the Queen, and the failing of Prince Philip's health for their faltering attempts to launch post-royal careers. Now, you have literally heard it all. Someone blaming their grandparents for their own fault pretty much about sums up the pair of California cutthroats perfectly.
And we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
With as much respect.
Respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
No, they did absolutely nothing right. Matter of fact, they did everything intentionally wrong, only to cause more misery and pain to Queen Elizabeth. But what's truly worse than that is during the Oprah interview, you know their only thoughts of Mr. and Mrs. Has-Been Never Was wasn't praying for Prince Philip to get better or that he didn't suffer anymore. No, sir. The Venom and the Viper were angry that his television coverage of his health updates overshadowed their own. And that's about as low as you get. It's also probably the reason why Meghan finally made history as a verb in the Urban Dictionary.
Meghan Markle, a verb for ghosting or disposing of people once you have no use or benefit from them anymore, without any regard to genuine human relationships. She did a Meghan Markle on her friends as soon as she became famous.
Making the dictionary didn't help Meghan one bit. It just provided another example in a long list of reasons of why Duchess Duplicitous continually is rejected by Hollywood's A-list celebrity class. Taylor Swift rejected Meghan Markle's invitation to be on Archetypes before cancellation. See, the D-list wannabe Hollywood casting couch queen wanted to climb just 2 more rungs on Tinseltown's ladder. In order to do that, she sent out a handwritten invitation to Taylor Swift. Same thing she did to Katy Perry. Both performers told her no, but they sent the message in such a way where Meghan would never reach out to them again. Duchess Delirious would know she was rejected because their representatives told her, not the stars themselves.
Don't worry, my love. He's not gonna get away with this.
But you want to know something? Katy Perry did say yes to One True Royal.
Thank you so much. I love you so much, UK.
The Duke and Duchess of Swing and a Miss are fading out faster than TikTok can melt children's brains. Before we go on, if you find value in the channel, please do me the favor, watch my last video. It's on one of the most evil corporations in the world, and they have targeted children for destruction. It's about TikTok. I found the corporation to have similar motives and similar soulful characteristics like Harry and Meghan. Both of them want to reach their goals regardless of who they hurt in the process. Both of them are corrupt to the core. Thank you, my friends. Your support means everything.
Have I mentioned we couldn't have done it without you?
Outside of the Meghan's corrupt character, their narcissism, envy, anger, greed, and idiocy, they have one primary problem that brings them down. They actually believe that they're above life's rules. In matter of fact, they sometimes think they write them. But the universe just doesn't work that way, especially when you're talking about the golden one, which applies to everybody.
Golden rule is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Simple, straightforward concept that Princess Pinocchio and the halfwit don't understand. Prince Harry misses close friend Jack Mann's wedding despite including him in his own marriage celebrations in 2018. Think about that. If this is the way Harry treats the one friend that he called his true best man at his wedding instead of his brother, now we know why Prince William no longer wants to associate with him. Period. End of statement. And on top of the fact that after the way Harry treated Queen Elizabeth this week, linking her death to the destruction of the Meghan's dreams, what more can you say about the guy? We know who he is. We have the evidence to prove it. This isn't the boy that everyone saw growing up on their television set. Obviously, Buckingham Palace put out a lot of smoke and mirrors to cover up his character. He's also not a man who's brainwashed or bamboozled. This is a spare backbencher who is filled with rage, entitlement, and fantasies of revenge. Nothing more.
We were going through so many boxes, just literally looking at everything going, oh my gosh, like, oh, this blanket I missed. That hat was so funny.
That clip from their Netflix series was prophetic. If we watched it in reverse, we could actually witness their own eviction. Losing Frogmore Estate for Harry and his sinister soulmate is just the beginning of the end. What has happened? Harry and Meghan abandoned by Hollywood elite as careers flounder. As the Duke and Duchess of Sussex face their biggest careers crisis, superstars who are keen to align themselves with the duo have gone AWOL. Of course, no one's going to give the Montecito manipulators the time of day or a shoulder to cry on. Where have they been? This is Hollywood we're talking about, a town of sharks, fair weather friends, and temporary allies.
Nothing but a breeding ground for tranks, lobos, and zip heads. Yeah, they ought to tear this whole place down.
After Spotify fired and humiliated the couple, did anyone see Oprah rise to the challenge to defend Meghan? Or the Clooneys try to comfort Harry? No, we didn't hear a thing. Not a peep. Because even Tinseltown's apex predators have a code. 1, don't eat your own. 2, don't bullshit bullshitters. And the Meghans have broken both. And now no one trusts them. So the gloves have come off.
But you're about to find out.
Turns out Meghan Markle was not a great audio talent or necessarily any kind of talent. Jeremy Zimmer told Semaphore at the 2023 Cannes Lions Advertising Festival last week. And, just because you're famous doesn't make you great at something, he added. Ouch. One of the world's premier agents to the superstars has just turned Meghan Markle into La La Land's newest leper. Not even the Home Shopping Network will even reach out to contact her to rep any of their 3 a.m. jewelry. So what are the couple to do? My advice to them is keep your heads low. Otherwise, you're going to have to follow Kim Kardashian's footsteps and put out a sex tape.
It's not okay, though. It's not.
Now, of course, you probably all heard of the rumors that have been going around. They've been bubbling to the surface. I'm not going to cover it until I can actually confirm the facts. But if we're talking about a hypothetical now, I don't think a sex tape would do the Meghans any good. Not one bit. See, when Kim Kardashian was released against her will, she was an unknown quantity. She could frame the perception of her for the audience to see her exactly as she wanted. Meghan, if she were to release it, would only confirm that she was nothing more than a grifter and a gold digger.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
So now we ask, if the couple are losing everything, what do they actually have left? Well, Harry has 3 books remaining on his 4-book deal with Penguin Random House, and the pair together have whatever time remains on their streaming contract. But that isn't looking good. Netflix's bold ultimatum for Harry and Meghan: no work, no pay. Finally, it appears that Netflix has had a come-to-Jesus talk with the moaning Meghans. It probably happened after they heard Harry's pitch to Spotify about the week before he was fired. The man literally said he wanted to interview Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump, and the Pope and ask them about their childhood traumas and what they had in common. So Netflix took back the reins into their hands because, as we say in Texas, Harry and Meghan are just too dumb to pour piss out of a boot. Archwell employees and associates say the company often lacks direction and that its founders at times seem surprised by the work required to finish entertainment projects. Most potential initiatives, they said, follow a similar route. Big idea, subpar execution. Even their own employees are feeding them to the wolves. What this actually tells us is, I don't believe that Harry and Meghan realized just how much the royal family protected them all the years they were living in the UK and they were working senior royals. Buckingham Palace must have been up 24/7 mopping up their messes. But now they're alone. Netflix has laid down the law. They've burned all their bridges. Nobody else is left. Once their contract has run out in 2025, it's game over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
The streaming giant is simply wrapping up editing on Harry's Invictus show, and then they're going to be looking at developing Meghan's prequel series called Bad Manners, based off of a character in Charles Dickens' Great Expectations. That's it. If the hobo and the huckster cannot make a hit show, they're going to be begging for dollars on a boardwalk near you.
Who's that? What you want?
The reality is that Mr. and Mrs. Has-Been, Never Was, have been playing the Hollywood game poorly by pretending to be something that they're not. It's precisely one of the reasons that they're failing. This is a time where authenticity and honesty are held in the highest regards, not counterfeit smiles and scripted lies. Those are all yesterday's trash, which is the exact reason that whenever we discover a genuine, rare human being, we highlight their name to give hope to the world. Always love ending the video on a high note. Resets the day. And there's no one better to do it than Princess Catherine. So now all we got to remember is that we never bow down, we never bend the knee. Always forward.